and I don't know where I'm going and what I'm doing next. That's when it hit me. I finally realised, you know what? I'm going standing. This is a story all about how I'm going to take you back 11 years. I returned home to the UK after serving 4.5 years on a soccer scholarship in North Carolina, USA. I had a degree in hand in sports management and I had no fucking clue what I was going to do with it. The first thing I did, I went onto leisureJobs.com and found myself a job as a membership advisor for LA Fitness in Birmingham. I travelled to work every day in a shirt and trousers and I just fucking hated it. Now luckily at the same time I was a member of a local gym and bumped into a guy who was actually looking for a personal trainer. I wasn't qualified, but he took me under his wing and taught me his philosophy on becoming a personal trainer. It's safe to say that I quickly established myself. I was loving life. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week, but here's the kicker. What was bubbling underneath the surface was an energy crisis, which I was about to smash head on. I trained every single day, ate food out of the plastic Tupperware, and I just wondered why my clients could not do the same. Rather than looking at the methodology of what I was doing, I looked out the window first before looking in the mirror. And I covered it by just getting busier. I specifically remember asking for what was called a Tom 8 special on the bar, which was basically a bulletproof coffee, like full fat butter in a blender with like 2 or 3 shots. I was highly caffeinated, sleep deprived, horrible bastard to be around outside of the gym. It was quickly catching up with me. And in my mind at the time, I remember the narrative was like, you can just do more, push harder, keep going. I was wearing ultimately a badge of honor of being the busiest personal trainer in the gym. And then it all just came to a head. I actually went out on a Friday night with a handful of clients, turned up to work Saturday morning late, 30 minutes late to my first personal training session. I had to sleep all day Sunday to try and top up my energy, walked into work Monday morning and was served a 2-week suspension. I'd got myself into a pretty big self-dug hole. You know that scene in films where people are sort of like falling like this? That's basically what I did for about 6 to 12 months. I was just falling backwards, falling into a hole. I was working promo jobs at the time for Mini. What else was I doing? Goodwood Festival of Speed, for Disney, the Great North Swim, and selling sandwiches. And it took me back to my first job as a membership advisor, going to work every day and just hating it. Burning desire to coach kicked in again. I innately knew that that was the line and the path that I wanted to be on, and I just did not know how to put this all together. So I went back into what I knew best, which was football. And I worked for Birmingham City Football Club as a goalkeeper coach. I worked for Solihull Moors. I also kindly asked Solihull Moors if they could let me use their gym room to train one client. That's where it all started over again. But this time, I was now on my own terms. After a couple of seasons doing this cycle of almost 3 jobs, I was sort of giving a bit to each, but not fully executing on any. And it was just leaving me a bit pissed off. I'd cut my ties with football and I just leaned in more to the one-to-one coaching. And at this time I had 4 or 5 clients. Then I had a real big helping hand from a friend and client of mine who gave me the first stepping stone. He agreed that I could use his garage to train a few people. After another year of this process, he started to overfill it. So I took the leap. I opened my own private studio inside of an already established gym. Bit of a strange setup, but it worked. I bought some mirrors, I bought some paint, I bought some kit, and I started operating from my own personal training studio. But what I also brought with me was my old habits of how I used to coach. Got back up to 50 hours a week, and I wasn't making as much of an impact with people as I wanted to do. Hi guys, this is Tom at Peak Physiques in Solihull. This video is just really for personal use. I'm just checking in with myself. I like to do these from time to time just to sort of give myself feedback on where I've been and sort of help me out where I'm going. Because if I'm honest with you, I've hit a wall. I've ran into a fucking wall and I don't know where I'm going and what I'm doing next. And that's when it hit me. just like a light bulb. I was making the biggest impact with people from the conversations I was having between exercises. So rather than focusing on the 1 hour of lifting a weight from point A to point B, I started to then work on the other 23 hours, which fundamentally was where all the problems were coming from. So I had a concept, I had a philosophy, and I knew what it was going to look like. And then the first lockdown hit, which forced the gym to close. I lost my dad. I bought my first house with Marianne. Talk about a roller coaster. I didn't know if I was coming or if I was going. I finally realized that I needed a little bit of help with this. I raised my hand. I put my ego to the side of me thinking I know it all, and I reached out and I asked for help. I grabbed myself a coach, a business mentor, and a therapist. Fast forward that to where I am today now, on my 2 feet, speaking to you. I help coach and serve other busy business professionals amplify their energy, health, and performance in alignment with their innate potential towards their bigger mission. And you can do the same. I'll leave you with a challenge. If you feel that you're on the fence about joining this program, or if you feel you're in a little bit of a hole and you're fed up with the wheel spinning and you just want some certainty, clarity, and confidence on how to get to the next level, let's have a chat and see if Built to Perform is the right coaching program for you.